And I want to start by emphasizing this is a very serious storm. This is a tough situation in the city. I was just out in Queens, in Corona, looking at the operations by the sanitation department. I want to thank them for the great work they are doing, clearing streets and helping to keep people safe. Thank you to all of our sanitation workers and all of our public workers who are out there right now helping all of us. But what's quite clear is this is a serious, serious storm between the very low temperature, the strong winds, the driving snow. Everyone should take this one very seriously and take precautions. Because of the fact that the storm has intensified in the last few hours, I am now declaring a winter weather emergency for New York City. That will give our city agencies the ability to take additional actions to keep us safe. And in particular, want to note that any vehicles that are blocking roadways, any vehicles that are in the way of our operations to clear streets will be towed. So I want to emphasize to everyone, do not leave your vehicle in a situation where it's going to be subject to towing. We want everyone to be kept safe, but we have to do things quickly to clear the streets in the name of safety. We're closely coordinating with the state of New York and with the MTA. As you know, the governor has declared a state of emergency for the state, and we are working with the state on all actions that we need to take in light of that. And the conditions at this point are blizzard conditions in some parts of Queens. Obviously, we feel a lot for our colleagues in Nassau and Suffolk County who are going through so much right now. But Queens is getting some of those blizzard-like conditions as well. What we're seeing around the city is very fast accumulation. This has been going on basically started around 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, in that range. For a few hours now, we've had 1 to 2 inches per hour of accumulation. And that kind of speed of accumulation is what we found in the past. Really creates a lot of problems for people moving around and creates a real challenge for our good sanitation workers to keep up with it. That accumulation will be continuing into the next few hours. But we do expect the heavy snow to taper off by the middle of the afternoon. Right now, in a lot of parts of the city, visibility is very limited to as little as a quarter mile. So again, anyone who is out needs to take very seriously. Driving conditions are really tough between the snow that's accumulated, the wind, and the limited visibility. The snow, as I said, we expect will end by the middle of the afternoon. The total in different parts of the city will be different. The range we're talking about now is 6 to 10 inches. That could change, but in some parts of the city, we expect to see up to 10 inches. We hope by this evening there will be no longer any snowfall at all, based on the latest report that I got from the National Weather Service. Sanitation is out in force. 12-hour split shifts have been in effect since 7 o'clock last night. We've had salt spreaders out on the road since 4 a.m. There are 693 salt spreaders out. Plows went out at 7:45 a.m. when there was enough accumulation for them to be able to do their work. There's now 1,500 plows out, and this includes the smaller plows that we added into the fleet in the last year to be able to work the smaller streets in many parts of the city, including in areas like Corona, Queens, where I was, and I saw those smaller plows in action. They're really doing great work, and they're reaching a lot of places that were unreachable in the past, so I think this is going to help a lot. You're not going to see pavement on the roads in the short term. The intensity of the storm is too great right now. There's too much snow coming down to expect to see blacktop right away. And we've got really tough conditions, too, in terms of the impact of the salt. When it's this cold, the salt doesn't have as much effect. We expect these very low temperatures to continue. So I want all New Yorkers to have a little bit of patience with the fact that despite the great work of sanitation, it's going to be a while before you see the blacktop in some parts of the city. In terms of other precautions, we're taking code blue is in effect and will be around the clock because of the extremely cold temperatures, so we'll be looking to make sure anyone out on the street is safe. Also, some updates on transportation. We are suspending New York City ferry service at noon today. Our expectation is that it will be up and running for the morning commute on all lines, but it will be suspended on all lines as of noon today. Staten Island ferry service is running as normal. It's on the midday schedule now. We expect that to continue at this point. And as you know, MTA service is all running. Also, in terms of transportation, both LaGuardia and JFK do not have flights going in or out at this point. Want to emphasize to everyone, these are very, very dangerous conditions. So this is where New Yorkers have choices to make, and I want people to make the smart choices. Stay inside if you can. If you do not need to be on the roads, don't be on the roads. That's both for your own safety and to allow the sanitation workers to do their work so they can clear the roads for everyone else's safety. If you go out for as little time as possible. If you have to walk somewhere, bundle up, take precautions because it's bitterly cold, and with the wind, it's even worse. Driving conditions are going to be tough today. They'll certainly be tough for the next few days because we don't expect to see a lot of melting. So there will be a lot of ice out there, and again, the high winds will continue certainly throughout today and into tomorrow. We're talking about gusts of up to 50 miles an hour. So whether you're driving, whether you're walking, tough conditions. Stay inside to the maximum extent possible. Don't go outside if you don't need to. Use mass transit if at all possible. We expect a tough evening commute. So again, if you can take mass transit, that's better. If you have to use your car to come back home in the evening, leave time, go slow, take it slow, because these are really treacherous conditions. Looking ahead, we at this moment expect school to be open tomorrow, Friday. We'll have updates later in the day, but given that the storm is expected to abate in the next few hours, essentially, we do expect school to be open. And an update on alternate side parking. It will be canceled both. It's canceled today, of course. It'll be canceled both tomorrow and Saturday. So again, if you can leave your car and not have to move it around, please leave it in place. So we expect tough conditions for days to come, particularly in terms of the cold. This is a very sobering reality. It's really going to be cold all the way through Sunday. National Weather Service told me that on Friday and Saturday night, when you take the temperature and then the wind chill, we expect the temperature outside to feel like -20. So National Weather Service is projecting a temperature of give or take 0 and then still strong winds. The impact being a -20 wind chill. That's something to take very, very seriously. Anyone who does not have hot water or heat in their building needs to call 311 right away. I want to remind people of this. If your building management is not responding to the situation immediately, you got to call 311. We will either make sure the building management fixes the problem, or we will send city personnel to restore the heat and hot water, and we will charge the building management for it. But either way, we have got to get everyone's heat and hot water up and running. We can only do that if you report to us if there's a problem. Also want to remind people, when it's this cold, sometimes people try to find informal means to stay warm. That can be dangerous. Be careful with extension cords, with heaters, or leaving an oven door open, or using candles. Anything like that can be a danger. Please take precautions. Most importantly, again, if you're having a fundamental heating problem, let the city know so we can act on it. If you see anyone in danger on the street, anyone who's homeless or in other distress and needs help, you can call 311. If it's not an immediate emergency, if it looks like a life and death situation, of course, call 911. We're going to keep you updated. There will be more news in the course of the day, but the most important thing is stay indoors, take precautions, look out for your fellow New Yorkers. Just a few words in Spanish. Estamos ante una severa y muy peligrosa tormenta de nieve. Estamos tomando todas las medidas de seguridad necesarias y pedimos a todos que hagan lo mismo. Quédense en sus casas, usen transporte público si tienen que salir y cuiden a los vecinos que necesitan ayuda. Look out for your neighbors. Check in on any neighbors that may need help, particularly folks who are older or have any sicknesses. Let's look out for each other. With that, I want to turn to a couple of my colleagues in the administration to speak. I also want to give a special thank you to our new Deputy Mayor for Operations, Laura Anglin, who just a few days on the job now is coordinating this overall response to the storm. I want to thank her for her great efforts. Now, my pleasure to introduce our Commissioner for Emergency Management, Joe Esposito.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The city's Emergency Operations Center has been activated since last night with a dozen of our agency partners working on the response to this storm. And the
Okay, so you heard the mayor talking a few moments ago. I guess one of the things to take away from that talk was look out for your neighbor and look out for other people that may need some assistance with these conditions. The snow that's out there, these plummeting temperatures. If you do not have heat at this moment, to call 311 immediately. And also, don't expect to see much blacktop on the road, especially here in New York City and the surrounding boroughs for at least the next few hours, because it's difficult to get all the plows out there with the accumulation of snow coming in so hard and so fast. They're not going to plow it now, only to have that covered back up. So it's going to take a little time. So the mayor imploring you to exercise patience citywide here today. Now,